Hello everyone, TMMgamer here, and today I have the pleasure of bringing you a video all about the brand new FIFA 13 information that's got released today, because today is the very first day that EA have released any information at all about the new FIFA. You know, there's been screenshots, there's a lot of information. All the information I know is going to be linked in the description, so if you guys want to check out anything more about what I say, all of the information will be in the description. But before I dive in, I just want to talk a little bit about the game that I'm playing in the background. You know, this is just a random Ultimate Team game I played earlier today. I just went into Ultimate Team with my Premier League All-Stars. As you can see, I've got like Bale, Drogba, Van der Vaart, Modric, all of those sorts of players. And I was playing a guy online who had a much worse team than me. Now, whenever I play someone online who has a much worse team than me, I impose a rule where all of the goals I score have to try and be ambitious. You know, if the ball drops me in the box, I'm gonna put it in. But you know, when I've got the ball, I'm trying to build up, I'm trying to do skill moves. You know, and I end up rinsing him a few times and hitting the bar and having the keeper save it or getting fouled. You know, so it's a pretty interesting game to watch in the background. But let's plunge straight into the FIFA 13 information. Now, the first bit of FIFA 13 information that we're going to talk about is something called attacking intelligence. Now, this is the most sophisticated AI ever in FIFA 13 apparently, and what it enables you to do is when you send a player on a run now in FIFA 12, he'll basically run straight towards the goal, you know, just like a train on a track, charge forward, and that's it. Apparently, under the new attacking intelligence, players are more likely to analyse space, you know, look for holes in the defence and curve their runs. So for the first time, the AI players that go on runs will look for space and not just run headlong into Vincent Kompany at the back or someone like that. You know, it's really, really interesting. It sounds like it's going to be much more realistic and enable you to do even better flowing counter-attacks, because a lot of the time now you're on the ball and you send 3 or 4 players in to make a run and they just run to defenders. And in real life, that wouldn't happen. You know, strikers try and get a bit of space, work a yard to get a shot off or whatever. So I'm really, really pleased that is in. Hopefully now it'll make attacking even more realistic. But the one problem is with bringing in this attacking intelligence is it will make defending harder, because if the strikers continually run into space time after time after time, it means you've got to defend even more clinically, even more compact. You know, you've got to be very, very good at defending now, well, it seems, in FIFA 13. So that's going to make tactical defending even more important. So that's another tutorial coming in FIFA 13, I think, tactical defending 2.0. So anyway, that is very, very interesting. You know, a much more dynamic way to attack. It sounds very, very good indeed. And tied in with that is a complete dribbling mechanic. Now, I thought they had something very, very similar to this in this FIFA, but apparently not. They're rebranding it and relaunching it again as, like I said, complete dribbling. Now, this apparently is inspired by the world's best footballer, Lionel Messi. And what it does do is it enables players to face their opponent better and use precise dribbling to beat players. So it gives you hundreds and hundreds of more one-on-one options. So not only now do you have like the same basic set skill moves, you get a lot more ability to change direction quicker. You know, apparently you're more explosive in acceleration. You can shield the ball from defenders longer, you know. So if you use this mechanic to good effect, you become a much more potent attacking force. So all of this together so far is becoming a lot more in depth. It's letting players who really put the work in and understand the game mechanics to get more in depth, plan attacks more, and perform slightly more realistic looking and definitely a lot more dangerous looking attacks. So that is really, really good. But the one that I am personally the most interested about is the FIFA 13 first touch control. Now, at the moment, it seems to me like it's virtually random when players do good touches. You know, you'll go for weeks and weeks and weeks and no player at all will have a bad touch, and then all of a sudden you'll be one-on-one like I was last video, and they'll have a touch of an axe murderer and it'll go millions of miles away, and it's just a bit gutting. So hopefully the introduction of this new FIFA 13 first touch control will help bring this back together. Now, what the blurb for this says, that it transforms the way players control the ball, eliminating near-perfect touches for every player on the pitch and creating variety and uncertainty around ball control. Now that sounds absolutely brilliant, because like I was saying earlier, you know, it seems to be virtually random. A lot of players just have Velcro on their feet and then all of a sudden they just completely podge it 10 metres in front, and there's no in between. You either have a perfect touch or you completely hatchet the touch just everywhere, and it can go literally anywhere. So this variation in touches will make it again more realistic, and the things that impact on how good or bad your touches are, and these are the ones just that are listed. They say such as, so it's potentially going to be a lot more factors in this, but the examples they specifically mention are defensive pressure, trajectory of the ball, velocity of the pass as well. So if you lash a ball at someone, they aren't going to bring it down straight away like they did before. Equally, if a guy is really tightly marked, he's going to struggle to bring the ball down, just like you would in real life, because if you've got a big strong centre half at your back, you're trying to fend him off as well as control the ball. While if you're in space, you can just watch the ball, control it, you know, get your head up then and play the pass. So it sounds like it's going to be a lot more realistic, and it sounds like it's going to be, you know, a really good innovation, because I'm always looking for FIFA to be more realistic. It is the most realistic football game. You know, Pro Evo has become far too arcadey now, and I really like the direction FIFA's going in. I want it to become more realistic. I want it to be like I am playing a game of real life football. Obviously, you're never going to get that close unless you put a pair of boots on and dive into the screen yourself. But, you know, that's the idea, and I like these new sounding innovations. Because so far, all of the ones I've talked about seem like they are increasing the depth of the game, and that's only a good thing. But let's move on to another really important part of the new information, and that is the player impact engine. Now, as most of you guys know, the impact engine is a new feature to this FIFA. You know, for the first time ever, collisions are not just a preset list of animations, they are actually live collisions. So if you get one player and run full pelt into another player, the collision that they have is based on physics and not just a random database. The one problem with this is, it is quite buggy in FIFA 12. You know, the amount of free kicks and penalties that you see given just because of an impact engine glitch, there's so many. Like, you will just pass the ball and no one will put a tackle in, the referee will give a free kick, and you stand there and think what's happened there? I don't know what's going on. And it's because the impact engine is lagged or glitched or just forgotten a bit of information, and it just assumes it's been a foul. Or two players will just like bump into each other and he'll assume it's been a slide tackle and give a yellow card or something. It's very buggy, but a good idea. So hopefully now, with another year of refinement and practice and just tweaks and nudges, we will get a much better impact engine. You know, but the really good thing about this as well, at the moment, it's just around on-ball collisions, so tackles and fighting for the ball in the air. But what they're going to be bringing into FIFA 13 to improve the impact engine is all of these battles off the ball. So it's tussles in between the corner, and when the ball's on one side of the pitch, the full-back and the wing are tussling on the other wing. You know, apparently what you can do now is, you know, get your shoulders in and try and knock defenders off, because now that the first touch mechanic has come in, if you can use your striker to nudge the defender just before the ball comes in, he's much more likely to do a bad touch, and if he does a bad touch around your striker, you can pounce and knock it in. So it just enables you to play in so many different ways. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this works in the demo and giving it a bit of a try. But, you know, the major innovation that I'm really looking forward to is the FIFA 13 tactical free kicks. And I've been looking at all the information that's been written down about this, and I have to say it sounds absolutely fantastic, because what it enables you to do is, and I quote, create dangerous and unpredictable free kicks using the most skillful players on the pitch. And that sounds a bit vague, but what you can actually do, and this is the really interesting part, you can control 3 players on every free kick now. So you can have one guy taking it, a guy doing a dummy run, people laying passes off. So it's basically a much more in-depth version of the system they've got now, because you can, you know, call the second player in and either hit it with a second player or roll it across and the first player can lash it, and that's basically your options. But now what it enables you to do is tweak practically everything. So you can have someone roll the ball through his legs and then backheel it to the original taker and move on, or just, you know, it seems like you can do basically anything with these set pieces, and it's going to be so interesting to get in there and have a nice tinker with it and see basically what you can come up with, because I bet there's some absolutely fantastic ideas that you can create, and I'm once again really looking forward to getting into that and trying to see what you can do. But once again, as always with FIFA 13, there's the rest of information apart from the new stuff. There's just the, you know, the basics. Apparently there's going to be a new and improved career mode with major changes developed in response to requests from the most passionate fans of the franchise. So it's pretty vague, that at the moment, but what is the really interesting part about that is it seems like EA are listening to fans' requests. Now, what I would personally do with career mode, and I've said this a long time and over many years, is completely overhaul the youth system, because I've got a career mode now which is about 10 or 11 seasons in the future, and basically not one of the youths that has got created in that time has turned into a world-class player. You know, there is something about the youth development on FIFA 12 career modes where it either takes just a ridiculous amount of time to get players to good. I mean, they're still growing age 28 and they haven't reached their peak at 28. You know, what we want to happen in career mode is players to hit that 85, 86, age 23. You know, we don't want to wait till they're age 28, 29, have them for 1 year at their peak and then watch them start sliding downhill again, because it's just sort of, what's the point? You know, you grind out for about 8 years on this youngster, you get him up to 79, and he's like 25, he's still 79, you've played him every game, he's played well, he's scoring goals, and you sit there and you think, what do I have to do to get these youths to go up? And it's one problem that's been around in FIFA for a long time. So what I'm really hoping now is that EA go out there and sort of revolutionise and reinvigorate the youth system in the career mode, because that is the one thing that I think's really struggling in career mode, because I love that mode. I play probably career mode more than anything else on FIFA. That's how much I play it. I've got 4 on my PS3 and we've got about 5 or 6 on my mate's Xbox that we, you know, dip in and out of every now and again from all the leagues of the world. You know, we play as AFC Wimbledon and one of them, you know, just literally anyone at all we'll do a career mode with. So I'm really pleased that they are looking to put even more effort into that, because you know, career mode doesn't really seem like the big thing in FIFA anymore. FIFA have pushed the online so much. You know, like the Ultimate Team, which I think is fantastic, and the head-to-head leagues, which are a great addition to FIFA. I love them. But the core part of FIFA has been and should always be the career mode. Because I can remember one of my very first games was like FIFA 98 or 97. I can never remember which one it is. It was either 1998 or 97. But back then, you didn't have online. You know, you're on the PS1, you played career mode, and, you know, I remember my very first career mode with Deportivo La Coruña, and I'd signed Paul Scholes, you know, all of these sorts of players. And, you know, that is the thing that always sticks with me. So I always have a bit of a, you know, an extra interest in career mode. And this information sounds absolutely fantastic. I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do with it. But there's even more stuff now. Apparently, there are new features to enhance the massive EA Sports FIFA online offering, including improvements to the wildly popular head-to-head season mode. Now, I'm not too sure what they can improve with head-to-head seasons. You know, possibly some more cup competitions. It's a bit of a, you know, a pain having to wait like sometimes 2 weeks for a cup window to open. You know, if you want to play a cup on head-to-head, I think you should be able to just go in like you can an Ultimate Team and play a cup. But perhaps you've got to have some entry requirements. So you've got to have played 10 league games since your last cup entry, for example. So if you enter a cup and you win it, you can defend it straight away, so you don't have to do that. But if you get knocked out, you've got to play 10 season games, regular head-to-head season games, in order to unlock the cup again. I think that would be a good balance, because, you know, you don't just want people spamming cups and taking out of the league. You want people to play the league, because in head-to-head seasons, the league is the most important part, and perhaps that's the only thing I can think of. But the fact that they are trying to improve something which is, in my opinion, virtually perfect anyway, is a really good sign. It's very reassuring. So hopefully head-to-head continues to improve and becomes even better in FIFA 13. But there are a couple of new other things as well. There are multiple new features and benefits to EA Sports Football Club, the live service that is the heartbeat of FIFA. Now, calling the EA Sports Football Club the heart of FIFA, I think is a bit too far, because I think this is one of the new features that sort of fell flat on its face, in my opinion. You know, I know quite a lot of people who play FIFA, and I haven't talked about that feature once. I think I've done one challenge that the EA Sports Live has given me, and that was the one when you had to come from behind and as Scotland and beat Spain, you know, to qualify for the World Cup, for the Euros, sorry, not the World Cup. And that was the only challenge I've done. So I think that does need a bit of freshening up. It needs something more interesting to get you involved. You know, perhaps they need to introduce rewards for doing these challenges instead of, you know, it just seems like a bit of a time waste. You know, like I was saying before, there's so many interesting parts of FIFA that you really want to go and spend time on, like the head-to-head, the career, the Ultimate Team, you know, everything. You really want to pour time into these things, and at the same time EA and FIFA sort of expect you to like mess around on this mode which doesn't really give you anything for playing it, and it's just like, what's the point? Why am I wasting my time with this? You know, it's not great. Hopefully they beef it up a bit, give it a bit more appeal, perhaps, you know, like I say, rewards for doing these challenges, even just like, you know, a gold pack online or something, or just like 500 coins on Ultimate Team. That's not a lot of money. You only get like one every 4 or 5 days, but just that little small rewards will actually encourage players to take time out from their career mode or their Ultimate Team or their head-to-head session to spend a bit more time on this live challenge and all this live thing. Because if you get people in to do the challenges, they'll start to explore the wider thing. So hopefully that's what will happen, you know, the live service will get a little bit more of a boost, a little bit more of an incentive for people to go and explore it, because I think it's something with a lot of potential. You know, all of these interactive challenges you can do, I think it's a good idea, but in FIFA 12 it needs to be implemented better, so hopefully they will do that in FIFA 13. Now, I think that's pretty much the information. There are some screenshots, and like I said at the start of the video, if you do want to check the screenshots out, the link will be in the description, so you know, go and check them out. I'll be quite happy. Unfortunately, there's no footage yet, and that's the next thing on the list that we really want to see. You know, some EA Sports FIFA 13 footage. It would be fantastic to see it, to see all these new innovations in action, but I think it will be a little bit of a wait before we get some core footage yet. So guys, I really hope you've enjoyed my analysis and just little thoughts on the new FIFA 13 information that we've heard about. I really hope you're excited for it, because I'm certainly excited. You know, there's a lot of great things in there that sound interesting, and some of the things that perhaps don't quite work in FIFA 12 are getting a bit of an overhaul in FIFA 13, so that is really, really good news. So the only thing left to do is say, once again guys, thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, I'd really appreciate if you guys could leave a like, because, you know, I don't normally like asking for likes, but it really does help this channel out. It helps my videos get noticed more, and it makes a big difference. So if you guys have enjoyed the video and you do consider it worthy of a like, I really would appreciate if you could do that for me. But guys, once again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day.